And the law is so clear. And the opponents have nothing to support them. Okay, nothing to support them. And so in that case, it's easy. The way it's hard is because you're confronting people's prejudices. And whenever you're confronting people's prejudices, it's hard to get them to think rationally. If you can get them to think rationally, it's an easy. That's why it's so important to get the facts of this trial out. It's so important to get the record of this trial out.
What three things should we as individuals, when we're confronted with the prejudice, say to the opponents?
Well, one of the things is, why did you get married? And the answer is almost always going to be, because we were in love. Don't you think I'm in love? Why shouldn't I be able to get married? People don't get married because it's good for society, because they want to procreate. They certainly don't get married because their gay and lesbian friends can't get married. Can you imagine? I mean, ask them this question. I asked this of an audience. I said to them, how many of you are married? Almost everybody's married. I said, okay, how many of you would get divorced if your gay and lesbian neighbors could get married? All right? None of them. Talk to young people who are about to get married. Ask them, if you found out that your gay and lesbian cousins could get married, would that mean you didn't want to get married? You were no longer in love? You don't want to get married? I think those are three good questions.
Awesome. And what are some, like, three takeaways, a summary of the case, and what we were able to achieve?
I think we proved three things. We set out to prove three things, and I think we proved all three of them. The first was that marriage was a fundamental right, and both sides pretty much agreed with that because the Supreme Court held that. Second, that depriving gays and lesbians of the right to marry harms them and harms the children that they're raising. We proved that. Even their experts admitted that. The third thing was that permitting gays and lesbians to marry does not harm in any way the institution of marriage or heterosexual marriage. In fact, it strengthens it by expanding that to include all people.
It's a birthday party.
I think that was the thing.
Help the case. I think the most important thing that people can do is to spread the word about what was happening in that trial in California and encourage people, read the transcript, read about the case, read about the issues, because I think the more the people know about what we're doing and the more opportunities we have to talk to people and to say why we're doing what we're doing and to provide the basis for it, the more people are changing their minds, and we're seeing that happen very rapidly.